innovative results. But it should be mentioned here that it's rather educational projects, not research one. It means there needs to be like a concrete aim to be reached while the project is implemented. It cannot focus on research as such, which doesn't mean that during the project you cannot do a research. Of course you can, but there are no means foreseen for research. Who can take part? Is not only universities, but also companies and non-governmental organizations. We, as a program country, Poland, is an applicant. You, as a partner country, can be, of course, a partner, but you cannot like apply on your own. They say that participation is justified. It needs to be justified and necessary to reach the project's aims. It's quite an important point, but as you see further on, most of the projects, if not all of the projects done from the beginning of 2018 in Poland under Action 2 are involving countries from outside of Europe. So when writing a project under Action 2, we need to keep in mind that there are priorities for higher education. It's most of the themes or most of the ideas should be concentrating on supporting internationalization. I think, as discussed with Jacqueline, internationalization is really important, not only in Europe, but everywhere around the world. So it's right now a key and predominant factor in the projects under Erasmus. Also, what can be done? Adjusting graduate skills to the labor market. So again, cooperation with the industries, promoting high quality education, so incentive systems and HR policies. Elements to be included in the project is, for example, the project management, which is quite obvious, international meetings. So you can plan like different types of meetings in the partner countries or in the program countries as well. The results of intellectual work and dissemination, and learning, teaching, training activities. So as I told you, it can also focus on training of teachers, training of students, and so on. So in fact, the teacher involved in the project decides what would be the outcome. And this outcome, this result of the project needs to be concrete. So here are some of the examples. What can it be? Like a specialization program, course book, resource for teachers, preparing a new module, a new subject, new didactic methods, e-learning course, instructions, and you name it. So actually it's up to the teacher to show the innovativeness and also keeping in mind that the concrete result is necessary for the project. So what to start with? For sure, you need like the analysis of needs. Then you need to look on compliance with priorities, setting the aims, so concrete aims that will be left after the project's end. And also, it needs to be bear in mind that it's not like the results should be both important for the applicant, but also for all of the partners in the project. So not for one party, but for all of the parties present in the project. Next step is to plan the budget, plan activities, define the result, as I said, the concrete result of the projects that are to be reached during fulfilling the project. task division between the partners in the project, management and evaluation, and implementing the results and dissemination, which is in those projects, those types of projects, is really important. What strategic partnerships we have at our university for vocational education and training? It's from the lean learning, training by doing, and training on the go as an effective approaches to lean manufacturing, and also from the development of manufacturing sector, innovative learning approaches for implementation of lean thinking, and social network-based doctoral education on Industry 4.0. iTrace, this is quite a new project, started off, I think, last year, immersive training for aerospace. So this is done at our university, and some examples that are present, which I mentioned, present in Poland in 2018. So I won't read it out, just maybe one of them, it's like connected with Latin American peripheral universities. So as you can see here, most of them, if not all, as I said, involve the countries from outside of Europe. The full list of and the ideas that you could derive from will be left at Jacqueline's office. So if you would like to refer to it, just go ahead and have a look at what kind of projects are done in Poland. It's I think over 64 of them. Other possibilities outside of Erasmus, we have an agency called Polish National Agency for Academic Exchange, doing similar stuff that is done under Erasmus. The application here is also, or can be combined. So here are some thematic scopes of actions implemented through the project. And if you would like to go into details, there is English web where you can research what kind of projects can be done, how it can be done, the contact people, and so on. So I won't go into details with this project because I'm not entailed with them. My field is rather like an Erasmus project, but just to mention those projects for you to get an idea that except for Erasmus, there are other possibilities. Okay, so here you have our students, I think, from 2 years back. As you see, they are happy faces. So I hope that in the coming project, I will also have possibility both for students, for sure, for staff. For students, I don't know, we will see in August, but keep your fingers crossed and maybe see you in Rzeszów. Thank you. So now I'm giving the floor back to Jacqueline.
Monica, thanks so much, and we do hope that we are going to get the approval of the project in June. I hope we have the selection the second semester, so fingers crossed here in Poland and everywhere. And well, I would like to ask the teachers that went to Poland this year. They just went there in March. Professor Paula Cis, Professor Guilherme, Professor Paula Cis from the metallurgical department, and Professor Guilherme from civil engineering, and also Professor Orlando from the School of Pharmacy. Just to give you some words about how was the experience. Well, I mean, with the selection, and also what did you do there in Poland, and what are the future actions that we are planning for the cooperation with Rzeszów? Please, just a little, just small words. Orlando.
Yeah, we can translate.
So I'd like to thank Monica for being here and receiving us there in Czechia. This year it was the second time that I went to Czechia. I have been there in 2017 for the first time. During the first time, I made contact with two professors there. They both of them received me, and another professor from here. That was Professor Katiani from the biological science department. And from there, from then we start a collaboration, mixing out our research. Here in the School of Pharmacy, my research is about drug delivery systems. And this group in Rzeszów, they developed some kind of compounds for the treatment of cancer. It's a different approach based on nuclear transfer reaction with some borrowed compounds. And the problem is that they need to put this in a vehicle to deliver to the brain. So we could make something together, and we start collaborating, and we wrote a project together. We submit this project. Unfortunately, we didn't get the approval yet, but hopefully even nearby future we can get. And during this second time, I went there just in the end of February, and I could present a little bit of my research here that I'm doing here, and I could visit again some of their labs, and the city as well. It's a beautiful place to stay and to visit, and people are very great. They have some similarities with Brazilians. They receive us very well. They are very friendly, and I could visit other places in Europe, and I could say for sure that Poland is like a Latin country, apart from being the West, in the East of Europe, but then it's similar to us. And more.
Professor Thomas Kane.
Yeah. So just before I went there, Professor Thomas from chemistry, this guy that I have some partnership, he came here and he made some presentations and visited some labs, and he started another collaboration with Professor William. I was the courier guy. I brought some samples, and this is very interesting because I have some experience in internationalization. I stayed abroad in another university. I used to receive students from abroad as well in my lab. And for you, that I can see that most of you are students, I can give you some words that it's very important for you to, or it could be very interesting if you have an opportunity to go abroad and to live in a different country with a different culture. And for this, it's for the utmost importance to learn a different language, especially English. Polish is very difficult. I have been there twice.
Oh, come on.
And I just know how to say dziękuję and dzień dobry. Tak. So if you know English, you can go everywhere. People you understand you, and you can study and do research and everything. So good luck for you. And as I told you, we don't know a lot. Brazilians in general don't know a lot about Poland. Our countries, we have some Polish people here in Brazil, but most of them are in the south part, especially in Santa Catarina, Paraná. Not many in Minas Gerais. But it's a very nice country, a beautiful landscape. As I told you again, the people are very nice, and the weather is fine as well. It's not so cold as we could imagine. I went there during the week, the final of the winter, right?
Winter.
So we can live with that.
For a couple of weeks.
Yes. And for the pictures, you can see that during the summer it's very sunny and warm. So I give you presentation part.
Yes, thank you, Orlando.
And thank you for.
Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. Thank you, Jacqueline, for the invitation. I'd like to thank Monica for the excellent presentation, and of course, during the time that we have been here, was very, very nice. I was in Poland the second time, not the second, the fourth time. The first time when I lived in Germany, I have been there in very famous space there nearby Krakow, Auschwitz. It was really, really interesting to see what about the conditions that it was done during the Second War, after the Second War. And the second time I was during the visit to Germany. The third time I was invited just in the program of Erasmus for 2 years back with Professor Maguinho, Professor Rodrigo. And at that time we presented, there was inversion on the presentation, because the presentation for the new advanced technology should be done by me. And the development by the project of Rodrigo was done, should be done for the chemistry engineering. But we had done this inverse presentation in this way. We had a problem just to get one project. The idea is just at that time to have a connection with JSHOP, because as Monica said, there is an interaction between JSHOP and the UFOP. There is a similarity between JSHOP and Federal University of Ouro Preto. You have around 14,000 students. We have around 12,000 students. And of course, there is the same similarity, as Professor Orlando said, between Brazil and Poland. And this time was, we had more satisfaction for this way, because Professor Guilherme was with me. He is working in civil engineering, and I'm working in metallurgical and material engineering. Of course, there is a very similarity between these two work that we have done here at UFOP. And this way, we presented, we have been firstly, this time, first with the civil engineering with Professor John, that's right. And after that, we have with Professor from Civil Engineering from Informatica, and then afterwards is Marta. All of the three professors, they were very interesting, because they are interested only what can be done at UFOP jointly with JSHOP University. The first one, that means they can present the ideas, just they can do some samples, concrete samples with geopolymer, and with other materials. And this can be done there. That means under the point of view on the chemical, under the point of the chemical test, mechanical test, and then after that, they will send us some samples just to make this microstructure using our lab. You see the next Saturday, our lab, this very interesting lab that we can do, for instance, this X-ray lab. We have this scanning electron microscope, and all of this, Professor Guilherme will give this idea. The idea is just to get these samples. We should treat this one under the point of microstructure, and after that, we can write a paper, we can present a paper in the international journals, and so on. And of course, that's interesting, the idea to have these international seminars. What we have interest is just to make these connections between Jesuit University and Federal University of Ouro Preto. We can organize international congress in Poland or even in Brazil, just to connect all of this area. This way we can have more teachers, more professors, more students. I think there is money for this one. It's like money. That is interesting. And this visit was, this time, we have done this visit in mechanical engineering, materials engineering, civil engineering, and aerospace engineering. Yeah, that means we had a problem just to drive this happen. The first experience that we have done there, that was very interesting because he cannot be pilot, neither me, and it was very interesting because we had a crash in the we survived. We are alive here. And one interesting point is we had a discussion with some prorector. We invited Professor Yaroslav from mechanical engineering. Yes, and the Professor Zerva. Professor Zerva. Maybe they will come next November here. I'm not sure over the Erasmus Plus or not. But they are very interested to come here just to see what can be done jointly under the technical point of view. And I think it is very interesting because they can, for instance, learn, they can teach, for instance, many things about aerospace engineering. We have connection with ITA in São José dos Campos. They are mounting airplanes, but Poland cannot mount in this, but they have the how we can teach the people that are mounting this airplane. That is very interesting. And then as soon as we gave this one conference for some students, some professors there, one professor came to me and they would like to make contact with Professor Milton from ITA. Then afterwards, they are trying to get this contact more easy, and maybe we can have some professor from Jesuit University in ITA and in Ouro Preto, China. And that is the idea. One point, very important point for us is we have incubate companies in Ouro Preto. There is incubadora. Incubadora is that's a system that we have here just to open the mind of the students to open company, just to offer some employment. And we opened for 2 years, 3 years, 4 years back, one company. And the company has big new activities, big new ideas. And one idea is just to implement this one in the industry. And as I know, you have interest on this subject. And
yes,
of course, there is money for this one.
Yeah.
And we have some problem connected with these new ideas. New ideas all the time is we have some problem. It's a crazy professor, it's a crazy student. You can forget it, but it's interesting. You are breaking paradigm. It's very important for us. And one idea that we presented there is we can, for instance, produce iron steel. Iron steel means development. And to produce iron steel, we need carbon. We need natural gas. We need coke. We need charcoal. We need all of these one. We can close the idea of this, all of this material. We can have only biogas. You know what's biogas? Yes, the idea to break this old idea to have this material is just to use all of the waste generated by the cattle breeding, and from this one we can produce iron steel with no money, with small amount of money. That is one idea that we are interested to work together with Jesuit. That was really a very interesting visit. It was only 5 days. We have been in Jesuit, 2 days to go and to come. 7 days total. That's right, Orlando. And it was really interesting. I would like to suggest all of you if you have interest, money is no problem. Money is no problem. Money must be like a problem. Like every day comes a problem. Every day comes a solution. That is, and of course, Erasmus Plus, due to the Jacqueline and the Monica, is very excellent for this one. And I would like again to acknowledge you for your presentation, Monica, for your accept in Jeshoff University. Okay?
Thank you.
I'm not sure if you would like to complement something. Thank you.
Thank you.
Well, thank you, the professors, for the speaks about the time in Jeshoff. I think everybody is also very happy as the picture. Maybe we should take one with the teachers again, like this one, okay? Everybody jumping as well. I'm kidding. Well, I was in Jeshoff in 2016 when I had the pleasure to meet Monica and all the team at the office, and we are really glad to say that we worked and we learned a lot together. And that's why we can now say that we have another Erasmus Plus projects, and we have Professor Rodrigo here from the tourism department, and we worked together in another Erasmus project, and in this year we are also waiting for some results of other projects. So this partnership, of course, is not only about the teachers that went, but much more for the institution. So thank you so much for the help, Monica. So we have questions for Monica, for the teachers that went to Jeshoff.
Hi, Monica. My
Hi.
name is Orlando.
Hi.
Professor
Oh,
here.
hi, Orlando.
You're not the only one in the phone.
Okay.
First, congratulations for the presentation. It was very well.
Thank you.
The explanation of the university is beautiful. The city seems like a good place to see, to visit, to live. And I'd like to ask if it has some postgraduate program in aerospace area, because I'm a part of the aero design team here in FOP, and aviation is my passion.
Okay.
So I like to ask, there is a postgraduate program.
Yes, but for you to follow, like you would need to first do Polish language course, intensive Polish language course. So for the second level, so for Master of Science, it probably couldn't be done in English, because for the time being, from the next academic year, we are opening the courses for the first level, so for the bachelor level. So for graduates, unfortunately, you would need to do it like in Polish. We are cooperating with the University of Rzeszów, where you can do like intensive 1 year intensive Polish language course. After which you could like attend and follow the classes in Polish. Then yes, it could be done, but unfortunately in Polish.
Thanks. And I'm still here studying mechanical engineer, and I need to participate if the process.
Yes, you're in the call. Yes, I know. We were discussing yesterday about some bilateral program of mobility, like this one we have with the agreements. Besides the Erasmus one, the bilateral agreement. So we just got a student that would like to go to Jeshoff, okay? So
okay, so you are already applying for or summer course or kind of mobility that could be done outside of the Erasmus.
That's it.
Yes, we are thinking about extending the cooperation for bilateral agreements between the universities and to preparing some kind of a course that students could attend. But it's like we were discussing it yesterday, so everything is fresh and for sure. Or maybe not for sure, because I won't tell you that for sure you will be able to come. But we could consider that in the following academic year. You're welcome. And thank you for your interest to our university and in our university.
Anybody else? Podemos ajudar a perguntar também, caso alguém precise, tá?
My
Hi.
name is Alex, and
Hi, Alex.
I do science computer. So I want to ask to you if I can go there with a scholarship only with a project, or I can go there to do have my graduate like class.
Actually, it would apply the same. So if we have opened the call for the students from your field of studies, then yes, you can apply throughout Erasmus. But otherwise, it would be the same like in your in Orlando's case. Then you would need to first do a crash course in Polish and then attend classes in Polish after 1 year of this crash course in Polish. So otherwise, we don't have courses in English for the second level, unfortunately.
Hi, Monica. Thanks
Hi.
for the comprehensive talk. I'm wondering if Erasmus project, do you foresee any possibility of expanding like collaboration for joint applications for research funding? Because I appreciate that some programs can be done almost without little money, but some programs, some collaboration would involve consumables, acquisition of consumables and reagents, and that would grants that would allow some income to both countries would be really welcome.
So you mean rather doing the research under the Erasmus?
Yes.
Actually, as I mentioned, those are mostly educational programs.
Right.
So first of all, there needs to be a concrete aim for the development of educational process or training or whatever, but they cannot be as such research projects. Unfortunately, as I said, you can do research when you organize international meetings, of course, but the money cannot be spent on research as such.
Right.
So you cannot include it in the budget.
Right. Yeah, I appreciate that now, but I'm just wondering if there is any possibility for future applications on that.
The Erasmus project we have now.
It's beyond the scope of Erasmus.
Yes, for the time being, yes. And the outline of Erasmus for the time being will be present until 2021. So we don't know what will be the schemes that will follow. Who knows? Maybe there will be some changes in the direction of the budget, of the change of priorities.
Right.
We won't know that now. It's still under construction and
Right.
is being prepared by the European Commission. What will be the priorities for higher education? So maybe then something will change.
Okay.
Thank you.
Well, I'd like to thank you all for coming. I think your presentation was really great, Monica, actually. And we are going to discuss, Monica is going to stay with us this week for some visits to the labs, and she already went through the town to get to know Euroclate a little bit more. And now after the section, we are going to have some meeting with the professors, because we need to discuss some subjects for the next projects. So if we have more professors that would like to stay, maybe I see some of them, or maybe if I don't know you, please come up and show up. That we are going to discuss about some subjects to write projects to send for Key Action 1 and mostly for Key Action 2 that Monica has just talked to you about us. Well, thank you so much for coming. I appreciate that you are all here. Please like our page on Facebook. Everything is there. We are having so many things this year already. I think this is our third or fourth lecture this only in 2019. So so many things are going on. So please come to our lectures and other things. And also, I'd like to remember you all about the Language Without Borders program. Please take advantage of it, the online English course, and also the TOEFL project, and also the presential classes. Please take advantage on it. All of them are free and open for students, professors, and all the administrative staff. Do you have any questions anymore? Which page? Which page? On Facebook? Kainti. Okay, let's show it right now. Monica, I'm sorry. How did you know about the lecture? Just to your friends, great. You have great friends. Thank you, then. Yeah.
And just in the meanwhile, it came to my mind that to tell you, if you have any kind of opportunity to go abroad, to study abroad, to do the mobility, do not hesitate, go for it, because it's like there is a saying in Erasmus that Erasmus is changing lives. And it really does, because when I see the students like coming to our office, hesitating whether to go or not, wondering what it will be. Some of them come with loads of friends, and they are asking me, can you send us all in a group of students? It is possible sometimes, but sometimes it's better to go on your own, to learn the language, to know the people, and to like have the courage to do so. It's really life-changing. So I always advocate students to go for different kind of experiences. If not studies, then maybe volunteering. There are various projects for volunteers, so you could take advantage of those, and to know not only other nations, other countries, but to make friends for your life.
Thank you, Monica. So, see it? Okay, great. And there is also the Politecnica Rzeszowska webpage, right, Monica?
Yes, exactly. So you can like us as well.
Yes. Probably you're going to see Monica. So Monica,
Again.
Yes, that's it. But it's in Polish, so Politecnica. Yes.
Yes, actually, it is mostly in Polish, but the information here that appears is also in English.
Yes.
So you can have a look what we are doing, what we are organizing for the students, because it's not only teaching, learning. We are preparing some different schemes for the students, as I told you, which are also quite important for personal development, I think.
Thank you so much. Dziękuję bardzo.
Thank you. Obrigado.
Muito bom. Well, that's it.
And maybe before you go, shall we check your knowledge of Poland? For a bit, maybe. You can try. If not, then you can forget about it. Okay, so what is the capital city of Poland?
Warsaw.
Yes,
Before,
very good.
in Polish, how can you say?
Warszawa. Yes. Yes, Polska. Exactly. And can you name famous people from Poland? Do you know any famous people? Students? Yeah. Once again?
Bukowski. So your last name.
Okay, good to
But
know.
there is one very easy. Yeah, it's from Poland.
Yeah.
Yes.
Johnson. Or in Polish. Last before John Paul II. Yeah. Okay, that's good. And what is the capital city of Podkarpackie Voivodeship?
Yes.
You have Poland, you know a lot. And
Population. What about the population?
yes, population of Poland. Yes, Poland, the whole Poland. Oh, there is a bit more.
38 million.
Yes. And some currency. Yes, and the currency. No, for sure. Yeah. Oh, and the lawyers. It's Polish zloty. And do you remember the patron of our university? What was his name? Once again? Yes, very good. Ignacy Łukasiewicz. Okay, really good. So I have some presents for those who succeeded in giving the best answers. So for you.
GDP per capita.
Wow.
GDP per capita. Who knows? GDP per capita.
How about Solidarność?
Solidarity.
The leader of Solidarity.
Yes.
Okay, so put your hand in and choose something. For Ignacy Łukasiewicz. Thank you very much for coming and for listening to me. And I hope some of you will come to Poland, to Rzeszów for studies, for mobility, any type of mobility, which is, as I said, I'm always advocating it. It's really good for your personal development. So please come Poland and to Rzeszów.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I just have one more invitation for Thursday at 2 p.m. at the auditorium of SEAG. We are going to have 2 lectures with teachers from Russia and United States about some people there. So please join us.
In Ekaterinburg?
Yes.
Yes.
No, not in Russian. In English.
In English.
So good. Thank you so much for your professionalism.
Oh, no.
That's right. Everybody knew what they are doing.
Maybe not me exactly.
No, first, no, it was just. Thank you. It was really great. Thank you. Bye.
Thank you. Thank you.
Cadê a figura daqui? Você estava com ela? How the pronunciation of the university?
Rzeszów University. The full name is Politechnika Rzeszowska imienia Ignacego Łukasiewicza.
Oh,
So Politechnika Rzeszowska imienia Ignacego Łukasiewicza.
Oh, sounds like two.
Sounds longer when I say it?
Yeah.
It's 5 words. Okay. Thank you for coming. It was nice to see you. Master courses. We have only like 7 undergraduate courses. Yeah, and if you would like to study further on, then you need to as I advise other students to do a crash course in English and then become a for foreigners studying in Polish, I would need to check that because generally our students who are studying in Polish, they are not paying anything. No, it's like free education for Poles. Yes, because we are a state university. If you have like a private university, then of course we can also pay. But we are a state university, a state technical university, so for Polish students, it's free of charge. So students are paying only for accommodation and yes, but as I said, you would need to first do the crash course in Polish. Yes, so first you would need to learn the basics of Polish, follow the classes, and then you could apply. So if the crash course is like for 1 year. Yes, you are doing it in Poland, so the price and because they will be charging it for you. So you will be charged for the course, and afterwards you can start the education in Polish.
Do susto, né, meu bem? Você não vai passar de tirar um senhor depois daquele susto.
You can like ask me on my email. So this is my email, and this is the university webpage. There is an English webpage, so you can have a look what kind of fields of studies we are doing. But if you are interested in mechatronics, I think we are yes, for sure we are doing it on the second level as well. But as I said, first of all, you would need to learn Polish, and afterwards you can start the classes. But if it would be necessary for you to pay, I would need to check it. I'm 70% sure that you won't pay if you study in Polish. But I would need to check it. If you'd like to know for sure, just write me. Okay? You're welcome. Thank you for coming.
Vai lá, tá? Isso, Elisângela você vai lá, tá? Ótimo, ótimo. I'm asking him to be at the lab on Thursday because he's on the project with the art design, so they help to explain all the stuff about that.
That's nice. Nice to meet you. And do you know what it is? It's like anti-stress.
Yes.
It's already anti-stress.
I have to tell you something about this guy. In my birthday in 2016, they made a big surprise for me. Actually, it was a big nightmare.
Really?
We arrived at the university, and there was some students inside the office. They were like, "No, you're not going to enter. We want to talk to the director." Yes, there was a movement at that time in the university because of some problems we had like in the whole country. So it was starting in Ouro Preto, and then it started in Cainte, in our office.
Really?
But it was not the occupation. It was actually for my birthday.
Yeah, that's something.
Really nice idea.
Boy Scout.
Yes.
I'm a Boy Scout.
Okay.
And we
And Carlos Magno, the former international coordinator, we got a surprise from him in his birthday. So he was so mad that he was like, "Yes, you're going to see in your birthday." So he made something to pay back. You know, that's it. It was
An
very
eye for an
funny.
eye.
Huh?
An eye for an
That's
eye.
it. And he was like the guy that made it because Carlos Magno asked it. But you are forgiven.
Yes. Nice interaction.
So,
Really good.
okay.
Okay.
Thank you very
Thank
much.
you, and maybe hopefully see you sometime in Poland, in Rzeszów.
Of course.
Yeah.
I'm like I was saying, Jacqueline, I applied the mobility for Germany. So maybe
But he can apply again.
Yeah.
Or yes,
Yeah.
yes, that you could like that training. Actually, we are not involved in designing aeroplanes and so on, but maybe there would be some kind of point of connection between your fields of study and our university. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye bye.
See ya. Let's take a picture before the meeting so they can go, the people from my office. But we are not like everybody, but it happens.
So you are a photographer. I do everything. Oh, you do everything. Connected with this informative side of your work. On the communication. Communication.
Era mais na parte de fascista. Teve briga para dar suporte às partes. A gente até tentou discutir porque uma outra linha era produção de mas aí depois
Like going on and on, as long as